In a repeat of the WDF Lakeside World Final from
Bullseye.
last year.
Kirsty's won the bull.
Beau, of course, came out on top, becoming the youngest ever
Kirsty to throw first
of that tournament, and she has continued to win Women's Series titles like they are going out of fashion. Can she make it 21 and do the double today,
85.
or will Kirsty Hutchinson send her crashing out of the quarter-final stages? Also in the quarter-finals, Leanne Topper will play Lorraine Hyde.
100.
Rhiannon O'Sullivan will play Lisa Ashton, and Fallon Sherrick takes on Kirsty Vinakainen. And talking you through all of the action, it's a pleasure to hear me, Chris Murphy.
100.
And I'm joined by Glenn Durrant.
Now, am I surprised to see Kirsty Hutchinson in this game?
140.
Well, she was 3-0 down in a previous game to Eileen de Graaf, and Eileen de Graaf had 18, 1-8, missed
140.
Wow.
When it's your day, Kirsty, it's your day.
Well, in the previous tournament, there were missed starts by Nolan van Leuven, wasn't there, to defeat Beau Greaves in the semi-finals. Can Kirsty Hutchinson spring a surprise here and be the first to beat Beau today?
100.
And if she does, still a chance that we'll see 4 different winners this weekend. It's only happened once before in the Women's Series, though Lisa Ashton is also still in the tournament. Mikuru Suzuki's not, though.
94.
Shock defeat. Beaten 4-0.
93.
Yeah, she looked tired, Mikuru, when social media, a little bit of jet lag, so these are the things that people maybe don't see. Kirsty Hutchinson will be frustrated with that first dart, and then went for the 25
30.
bull for the exhibition finish in the end. Chance here for Beau Greaves. Good friends, they've been sat with each other all weekend.
Game shot.
Beau Greaves.
Yeah, you make a mistake and you will be punished against this dominant darter.
We've been having a little chat while the break's been on, and I'm just sort of saying it's
58.
even I get inspired when I see Beau Greaves play, 19-year-old.
But plenty of praise
80.
from you, Glenn, for both of these players over the course of this weekend.
Well, yeah, Kirsty Hutchinson, of course, on my neck of the woods. And just to sort of see her mature as a player, it's really good, but
180.
frightening. So good. Just a beautiful pace to this game as well. Sometimes the intensity can go out of your game when you're playing
24.
such a good friend. You've just got to forget who you're playing is the best advice. And what I was going to say, just stare that treble 20 bed out, but I think Beau's doing that.
137.
I think it tells you a lot who players have been beaten by over the course of these weekends, and Kirsty Hutchinson's defeats have come against Eileen de Graaf. She's got that right by
29.
beating her in the previous round. Maria O'Brien and Nolan van Leuven.
Yeah, tough draws. I mean, there's a few players who'll go away thinking it could have been.
58.
But it also creates opportunities for others. One of the quarterfinals that we have today is Leanne Topper, who we've seen on the stream earlier,
140.
against Lorraine Hyde. So real opportunities for players. Lorraine had a great run in the first competition today as Beau Greaves looks a double 4. It's just so rapid. It's just so
Game
good.
shot.
It's just so clinical. Beau Greaves 2-0.
Yep, the run in this tournament has been particularly good for Kirsty. She's beaten Katie Sheldon. She beat her 4-0
59.
as well in the first round. Then she got the better of Chrissy Manley. Then that match that Glenn mentioned, the comeback victory against de Graaf that set up this quarter-final contest.
100.
With Greaves.
I can understand why Beau's hitting these massive averages.
83.
Despite winning games in the previous event, I still think there was another gear or two to go on quite effortlessly at the moment, averaging well over 100.
60.
Yeah, we do see this from Beau Greaves time after time when every other player seems to be tailing off, feeling fatigued and suffering from some tungsten tiredness.
95.
He seems to get better and better.
Well, my theory's because the throw is exactly the same. So I guess tiredness means you can drop your arm a little bit. The
59.
intensity goes out of you, and that's when you have to rely on your throw. And like I say, for the fear of repeating myself, we've been chatting just sort of off air in between games, and
100.
If you have a close look, I mean, there's nothing she's doing different to others. Just stands there in the beautiful release of the dart. But the timing, the speed, that dart's going into the board.
100.
Just so straight, so good. And that explains an awful lot to me now.
Hutchinson has a chance in this leg, but
44.
she's gotten to a finish. She hasn't taken much of a bite out of it.
I mean, if you dissect it and you're looking at the perfect dart player, you know, you've got to, I always say talent's
100.
a massive part in that, but then you've got to look at your skills and attributes, your fight. Well, Kirsty Hutchinson's got so much of that. I hope that's a big 20 for Kirsty's sake. It was.
100.
Couldn't see out the tops, and that's what she's going to need here. Talent-wise, you think everything's in favour of this player as in 17 tops. So how do you manage to beat her? Well, you hope she throws darts like that, and for you to respond.
Big miss by Beau, big hit by Hutchinson, who halves the deficit. Greaves just annoyed with that dart. Very rare for her to miss by such a massive margin, but she's done it again. And back in the room.
85.
Greaves aggrieved. Straight back on. And like I said, for the first time there, just a little bit too much body movement there for Kirsty. But I'm looking at the players who won't fear. But, and I must admit, Nolan was the one that stood, and because the massive scoring that she possesses. The fact that
43.
Kirsty will know the ins and outs of Beau Greaves more than anybody. I don't know if that's a positive or a negative, really.
100.
Yeah, she didn't give her a look in that Lakeside final that I mentioned at the start of this match. She was just untouchable in that game.
Yeah, not because of Kirsty playing bad as well. It was just, it was
60.
one of the performances that, you know, both me and you could recall straight away, because it was one of them special moments, one of them special matches. And this is special darts from Kirsty Hutchinson.
140.
Well, this is the only quarter-final that's actually had a bit of progress so far. 2-1 in this one. All the other ones just getting
80.
underway, actually. Rhiannon O'Sullivan against Lisa Ashton. Fallon Sherrick against Kirsty Vinnikainen, and Leanne Topper against Lorraine Hyde.
Yeah, great to see Kirsty having a good run. I expected her to take the business end of a lot of the competitions. But that's a tough ask against Fallon. Like I said, we're not speaking an awful lot about Fallon in this competition.
140.
She has just taken the first leg against Vinnikainen. Hutchinson looking to square it up now. She's gone for the treble 15 there, so 46 remaining, and that leaves tops. Nicely done, great finish, having lost the first couple of legs against the brilliant Beau Greaves, who usually just races away into the distance. That is an example of that darting defiance that Glenn Durrant was talking about.
85.
Just the perfect first dart there, but no reaction when she hit the big 5. There was a little bit of a reaction on the final dart, because you just have to be immaculate when you're playing the best player in the world.
81.
There's really no room to manoeuvre. She'll know she has the game.
47.
Talk is cheap. You've got to do it up there. Well, she's got the opportunity at 2 each here. Finally balanced.
Beau remains bothered.
60.
Just losing that weight of the dart a little bit, and Kirsty Hutchinson will be wanting to jump all over it.
121.
Jump she does. Early leads for Rhiannon O'Sullivan, Fallon Sherrick, Lorraine Hyde at the moment. All in its infancy.
58.
This one could be the closest of the lot.
Yeah, just showing signs of frustration
21.
there for Kirsty.
The only 21. Beau a long way behind in this leg still. Those darts dropping low, and that one deflects wide.
76.
Good cover shot, but Kirsty's got away with that, really.
And sometimes it's good to micro-analyse, because, like I said, Beau is so good. So she'll have
100.
if there is a weakness this week, you know, when she is missing, when she is showing frustration, she is dropping a little bit low, as shown in that dart there, but something for her to work on.
56.
Well, 170 on offer for Greaves then. We saw her miss the bullseye for this earlier
59.
in the previous tournament. Can she take it out now?
Or this goes in the little 20.
But if this goes,
58.
Hutchinson will have totally turned this tie around. 68. Perfect.
Game
Brilliant.
shot.
Fabulous, fantastic from Kirsty Hutchinson, who shows that fighting quality and has made a comeback. She lost the first 2 legs. She's won the last 3. If she wins 2 more, she'll beat Beau Greaves and book her place in the semi-finals.
100.
18 missed starts by Eileen de Graaf against Kirsty Hutchinson in the last game. I bet when she sat her a seat.
60.
Just a free roll now. Why should I be nervous? I should be on my way home, which she's not, and she's leading the best player in the world right now.
100.
Just so fluent this game. Get to a stage where you wish it was a best of 21.
60.
She has been to the semis before, Kirsty Hutchinson, just on a couple of occasions. Women's Series 4 last year, she was beaten there
93.
by Lisa Ashton, who went on to win the tournament, and when she made a second semi-final earlier this year,
140.
she was beaten by Fallon Sherrock, who went on to lose the final to Beau Greaves.
Yeah, ranked 11 at the moment, which is real progress for Kirsty Hutchinson. I think she'll feel like she's a top 8 player.
And if she does make it to the top 8, then she may well make her bow at Blackpool next year.
95.
That's something that all the women are trying to achieve now, isn't it? An appearance at the Winter Gardens.
Yeah, and it's more the fact the venue as well. Sometimes that supersedes the competition. It's that good. It's the place where you know when you've played at Blackpool, you've made it.
56.
World Match Play. The race is underway, don't forget, for that tournament next year. Beau Greaves looking to hold on to her throw here.
60.
Still have work to do. She'd still have to find a break in this game. She goes for the treble 12 to leave double 8.
Game shot.
Yeah, she's so good at seeing out games, Beau Greaves. When she was leading 2-0, you would have an argument to say she'll run away. So fair play to Kirsty Hutchinson and bringing it back to 3-2. But Beau Greaves...
Well, it's so rare that neither player actually realised that Kirsty Hutchinson did have that advantage of throwing first.
And I'm interested when they have that release of tension, how 81. They throw the next dart.
The first one was good for Kirsty. The first one's good for Beau. The second one's just as good.
140.
Just the way they sit. But this is good from Kirsty Hutchinson. She's bringing the best out of Beau Greaves.
46.
Still a lot of people in the venue as well. Get to a stage where you know you're doing well
60.
when the venue quietens down. Here comes Kirsty, only 70 behind.
Yeah, but remember, she threw first, so Greaves has effectively taken the darts. Is she making her move here?
Well, the worst dart for Kirsty, and the majority of the time, is the last dart.
140.
And she's not walking on the last dart. So
second one gets away there, and
64.
I think what she's doing, Chris, is she's actually throwing the dart and walking to the board at the same time, and that's something she needs to eradicate from my point of view. Remember, again, my theory is replication is key.
Needs a big visit here. However she gets it, she needs to find a treble or two, at least one, minimum requirement, and gets 100. It last dart in hand.
Good game, this.
Well, that's difficult to get to. So she will get the chance here,
47.
Kirsty Hutchinson, to take out the 127.
And game.
$95.
Greaves has to waste a dart because of a lacklustre last in her previous visit.
And look what Kirsty sat on. Big moments in this match.
Game shot.
And that just demonstrates to me her real qualities there. That was tight. 3-3. Your opponent sat in 32. You've got one dart in your hand. You've got to move across the yockey. Class in a glass.
Well, I was watching Kirsty Hutchinson as Beau Greaves moved, and I'm sure she would have thought I've got a real chance of coming back here.
140.
That would have felt like a couple of legs won, really, by Beau Greaves there. One for getting the leg, but two for what it did to her opponent.
45.
Yeah, seems to have knocked the stuffing out of it, and that's what she does, Beau Greaves. Give over. That's the only thing that's frustrating her right now.
60.
Well, the most dominant display so far in the quarterfinals is actually Lorraine Hyde. She's 3-0 up on Leanne Topper. Fallon Sherrick is 2-1 down to Kirsty Vinnikainen. And Rena Sullivan and Lisa Ashton are deadlocked at 2-2.
134.
I don't think the averages really do with this game justice. I thought when I looked up it was going to be better than just another
84.
classic contest. Two good friends, two fierce competitors. Is it the beginning of the end? Sensible, mature.
97.
Yeah, she was in a good position to win this game. I don't know what happened there. Kirsty just stopped a little bit and has to think about this shot. Well, now she can just stay there.
100.
She's relying on Beau Greaves not taking out 70. Which she can still do. Single 18, double top.
Well, we said that she hadn't won a tournament yesterday. It was big news.
50.
She's very, very close now to winning one today and putting herself in pole position by reaching the semi-final.
She's got to come away, Glenn, surely.
Treble 14 should be the shot. She's
82, yeah.
She's intelligent on the dartboard. It's exactly what she did. The execution just misses out. Chance for Beau Greaves.
124.
Well, what a leave in the end, but it might be the last dart she throws. It is.
Game shot.
Greaves goes through to the semi-finals once again. What a fight. What a display from Kirsty Hutchinson. She was waiting in case Greaves didn't take that out. But it's 5-3 to Greaves. She's into the last four, and she will be joined by Lorraine Hyde or Leanne Topper for their semi-final match. Fallon Sherrick 2, Kirsty Vinnikainen 2, Rena O'Sullivan 3, Lisa Ashton 2. You can join us for the semi-finals in around 10 or 15 minutes' time.